Hi guys, welcome back to day 5 of 100 days to cat quant series. Now whenever you come across a question on the screen, pause the video, try solving that question on your own. Once you're done solving, you can resume the video. Now coming to the first question. A vessel of 80 liters is filled with milk and water. 70% of milk and 30% of water is taken out of the vessel, and it is found that the vessel is vacated by 55%. Find the initial quantity of milk and water. So initially that vessel has 80 liters of milk and water, right? So let me assume there are 10x liters of milk and 10y liters of water. So 10x plus 10y is equal to 80, or I can also write x plus y is equal to 8. Now from these 10x liters of, okay, let this be milk and let this be water, right? 70% of milk and 30% of water is taken out of the vessel. So after taking 70% of milk, you are left with 30% of milk, which would be 3x, plus 30% of the water is taken out, 30% of 10y is taken out, so you are left with 7y. And it is found that the vessel is vacated by 55%. So vacated by 55%. So what was the quantity that was present? 100 minus 55, 45%. Now 45% of what? 45% of these 80 liters. So 45 by 100 into 80. So 24, 25, this is 9. So you are left with 36 liters in the vessel. Right. Now we have two equations, two variables. Right. Now what was asked? Find the initial quantity of milk and water. Now when can we find the initial quantities of milk and water? You need to find the values of x and y. Right. Using these two. Now let me multiply this with 3. So this would be 3x plus 3y is equal to 24 minus 7y minus 3y, 4y is equal to 36 minus 24, 12, or y is equal to 3. So that means there are 30 liters of water and 50 liters of milk. So we'll find the initial quantities of milk and water. So 50 liters milk and 30 liters water. So option C should be the answer for this question. Now, the work done by 4 men in 12 days is equal to the work done by 16 women in 10 days and is also equal to the work done by 8 children in 9 days. So, total work is equal to, now since we do not know the efficiencies of man, woman and child, right? Now, let me consider the efficiency, the rate of doing work of a man as M. So, a man does M units of work a day, a woman does W units of work a day, and a child does C units of work a day. So 4 men will be doing 4M units of work in one day, and to get the total job done, they need to work for 12 days. So 4M into 12, this should be equal to 6 women, 10 days. This should be equal to 8 children, 9 days. Right. Now 4 or 2. 2 twos, 2 threes, 2 fours. Now 3 fours, then 3 threes. Right. Again, one more 2. Fives and 2s. So 4 is to 5 is to, sorry, it's not 4. 4M is equal to 5W is equal to 6C. Right, 4M is equal to 5W is equal to 6C. And let me consider this as, what is the LCM of 4, 5 and 6? 60. Let me consider this as 60. Right. Now, if 4M is equal to 60, what is the value of M? 15. If 5W is equal to 60, what is the value of W? 12. If 6C is equal to 60, what is the value of C? 10. So that means if a man does 15 units of work in one day, a woman will be doing 12 units of work and child will be doing 10 units of work. Now we have efficiencies of these three. If this is 15, this should be 12 and this should be 10. Right? Then what? A man, a woman and a child working together take 10 days to complete a particular job. Right? Now you have man, woman and child working together. Right? So they would be completing how many? 15 plus 12, 27, 27 plus 10. 37 units of work in how many days? 1 day. Now, to do a particular job, they need 10 days. So, 37 into 10. So, they should be doing a total of 370 units of work. Now, in how many days will the same job be completed by two women? So, one woman will be completing 12 units of work a day, right? So, two women will be completing 24 units plus uh, five children working together. So, one child will be doing 10 units of work a day, five children will be doing 50. So, 24 plus 50, 74. So this group will be doing 74 units of work a day. Now to complete 370 units, they need how many? 74, 5, 370. They need 5 days. Hence option A should be the answer for this question. Now coming to the third question, I have to reach a certain place at a certain time, and I find that I shall be 15 minutes too late if I walk at 4 kilometers an hour. Now I do not know the initial speed, and or I do not know the speed. Okay, usual speed, not the initial speed, usual speed, and the usual time required to reach that place. Right now, if I travel at 4 kilometers per hour, I would be 15 minutes late, right? So I'll be taking 15 minutes extra, right? Now, since the units of speed is in kilometers per hour, now let us consider time in also hours, right? So 15 minutes would be 1/4 of an hour. So I would be taking T plus 1/4 hours. Then, if I travel at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour, now if I walk at 6 kilometers per hour, right, I would be reaching 10 minutes early, 10 minutes soon, right? So I will be taking 10 minutes less time than my usual time. So T minus 10 minutes, 1 by 6. Now in both these cases, what we are traveling the same distance, so speed into time, so 4t plus 1, 4 into 1 by 4 is 1. Now this should be equal to 6t minus 6, right? Now, sorry, minus 1 by 6 into 1, right? So sending 4t to right hand side, 2t is equal to 1 plus 1, 2, or t is equal to 1. Now what was asked, how far have I to walk, right? So we are asked to find the distance. You can substitute the value of t in any of these two. Now let me substitute the value of t as 1 in this, right? So I'll be taking 5 by 4 hours, right, when I walk at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour. So the distance that I'm traveling would be 5 kilometers. Hence option B should be the answer for this question. Now coming to the fourth question. On a journey across Bombay, a tourist bus averages 10 kilometers per hour for 20% of the distance, 30 kilometers per hour for 60% of it, and 20 kilometers per hour for the remainder, right? So let me consider the total distance as 100x. For the first 20%, that means for 20x kilometers, right, the average speed was 10 kilometers per hour, 10 kmph, right? Now for 60% of it, now 60% from here, so for another 60x distance, the speed was 30 kilometers per hour, 30 kilometers per hour, right? And for the remaining that would be 20x. The average speed was 20 kilometers per hour. Right. Now the average speed for whole journey. Now we know the formula to calculate average speed. Right. Now this will be total distance by total time. Now what was the total distance here? 100x. Okay. So 100x by total time would be time taken to travel this stretch, and this stretch. Right. Now 20x is covering at 10 kilometers per hour. So the time would be 20x by 10 plus 60x distance at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour, 60x by 30 plus 20x by 20. First let me cancel x. Now 20 by 10, this is 2 plus 60 by 30, this is 2 again, plus 20 by 20, this is 1. 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5. 100 by 5, 20 kilometers per hour was the average speed of the entire journey. Now, this is not a question from arithmetic section. This is a question from fundamentals, right? Now, which among 2 power 1 by 2, 3 power 1 by 3, 4 power 1 by 4, 6 power 1 by 6, and 12 power 1 by 12. Now, we are asked to find the largest term among these, right? Now, what do we have in the denominators in the exponents? 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Now, what is the LCM of these? 12. Now let me write each term to the power of 12, right? So 2 power 1 by 2 power 12, 3 power 1 by 3 power 12, 4 power 1 by 4 power 12, 6 power 1 by 6 power 12, and 12 power 1 by 12 power 12. Now I can cancel these two. This is 12. Now 6 2 is 12, 6 square this is 36, 4 3 is 12, 4 cube which is 64, 3 4 is 12, 3 power 4 81, and 6 2 power 6 is nothing but 4 cube 64. Now we are asked to find the largest of all. So the answer for this question should be 3 power 1 by 3, hence option B.